from Sarah. Today I'm showing you how to make my crochet log cabin throw lights and shadows. For this project I'm using Hobby Yarns series Dream Color in the shades this black and white shade, which is color number 06, then this shade, which is color number 05, and this lavender shade, which is color number 28. I'm also using a 2.5 millimeters hook. So what I'm showing you today is how to create one log cabin tile for this throw. So let's begin. So this throw is made up of various log cabin tiles, as I said. This is one tile, for example, and it's made of 13 logs, let's call them like that. We start from the middle here, and then we continue crocheting all around in this way, and I will show you how this is made. One thing that's very important is that this project is totally beginner friendly, because you only need to know how to make a simple single crochet in regular crochet, and you just need to know how to change color in crochet, and it is very important to keep the stitch count under control. And that's it. So let's see how this is done. So in this project, I consider this yarn, the black and white yarn, as color A. This reddish yarn is considered color B1, while this lavender shade is considered color B2. We will begin log number 1 with color A. So we begin with a simple slip knot. And then we make a chain of 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then we crochet 5 single crochet across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is row number 1 of the log number 1. Then we chain 1 and turn. Next we are going to make 5 single crochet on the second row of our first log here. Done. Now we will chain 1 and turn, and we will proceed like this, making 5 rows of 5 single crochet each, creating the first square log. And I'll see you at the end of it. Here I am. So I've made my first log. Now I will cut off yarn. And then I will turn my log and attach yarn in color B1. So I insert the hook here at the right hand corner of my piece. Then I take my B1 yarn. So I am changing color here, like so. Then I chain 1, make a single crochet in the very first stitch, in the very same stitch, and then I proceed making 4 more single crochets along this row until the end. And as I do so, I will crochet over my tails that I left hanging when I cut off yarn. This is 4 and this is 5. Then I chain 1, and as I do so, I carry my tails with me so as to hide them and weave them in the work as I crochet. Now I will proceed making 5 rows of 5 single crochets with yarn B1, and I'll see you at the end of log number 2. So done. Now I'm at the end of my log number 2, and I will cut off yarn B1. Now consider your piece so far. We have log number 1, log number 2. Now we're going to start on log number 3. We take our piece, we rotate it towards right like this, and now we are going to crochet along the side of both logs we've just created, both log number 1 and log number 2. So here where we have our tail, we will attach yarn number B2. So we insert the hook here right at the corner. We take our yarn B2 and we attach it here. There. Chain 1 and single crochet in same stitch. Okay. So now it is important that we try and make a single crochet on every row of our 2 logs here, because we need to have a precise stitch count. So since we had 5 rows for each of the 2 log cabins, we will need to make 10 single crochets along this side here. So we have our first stitch already. Now we will proceed with single crochet number 2 here. Three. 4, 5. Once again, as you see, I like to work over the yarn tails, the yarn ends I had left hanging, but you can also choose to cut or to weave them all in at the end, okay? So I have my first 5 single crochets here. It is easy to recognize it because I have covered the whole side of my log number 2, okay? So now I need to crochet 5 more single crochets on the side of log number 1. So 5, then 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. See what I've done here? Now I will proceed just like before, making 5 rows of 10 single crochets in yarn B2 on this side of my piece. So I chain 1, turn, and proceed with my work, always counting stitches if you need to, so as to obtain the right stitch count you need for this project. And I'll see you at the end of log number 3. So Here I have completed my log number 3 on this side, and I have already cut off yarn B2. Now, once again, look at your piece in front of you, rotate it towards right, like so. And now here we are going to attach yarn A again and work on this side of our piece. So I insert the hook here at the corner. It is always useful to notice where the yarn tail of your last yarn, the yarn you have used for your last log, is hanging, because this is where you are going to proceed with your work. So yarn number A, I'll attach it again here, and just like before, I am going to make a chain 1 and a single crochet in the same stitch. This is stitch number 1. Once again, look at your work. We should have 5 single crochets here, because we had 5 rows of that log number 3, and 5 single crochets here, because this is the beginning of our log number 1, where we chained 5 stitches and we worked 5 single crochets. So once again, we should crochet a total of 10 single crochets on this side of your piece. And this is what I'll do. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If you have problems in recognizing where your rows are, just space out your stitches regularly and see that you count 5 stitches in the first on the side of this first log, which is log number 3. Okay, so we have 5 here and 5 there. Which makes 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, this is row number 1 of our log number 4. As usual, I am carrying the yarn tails along with me as I crochet. Now I will proceed on creating 5 rows of 10 single crochets on this side of my piece. I just wanted to show you here, together with my yarn ends of the yarns I'm carrying with me, I have just reached the very beginning of our work. This is the tail of our first knot, of our beginning slip knot, okay? So I'm going to hide it as well, so carrying it along with me as I proceed. So I chain 1, turn, and now I will work over my yarn tails together with my beginning tails. So at the end of it, when I cut off all tails, I will have a totally clean piece, and I will see you at the end of my 5 rows. So here I have just completed log number 4, and now I'm going to start working on log number 5. Pay attention, this time we are not cutting off yarn A, the yarn we are using currently. Take a look at your piece in front of you, rotate it again towards right. This will always be the direction in which you rotate, just once. And now we are going to work along this side of our piece. So just like before, we are going to crochet 5 plus 5 plus 5 single crochets along this line, which makes 15 single crochets. So as I said, do not cut off yarn A, but proceed working. So we chain 1 and make a single crochet in the very same beginning stitch. And now, just like before, we are going to make our first rows of 15 single crochets along this line. Then we will proceed making 5 rows of 15 single crochets here and create log number 5. I'll see you at the end of it. So here I have just completed my log number 5, this one. So this time I have cut off yarn A. Now look at your piece in front of you, rotate it towards right by 90 degrees, like this. This is where our yarn is left hanging, and this is where we are going to attach our yarn, which is going to be yarn B1, the reddish one, here, just like before. And here I attach my yarn. I make my chain 1 and my first single crochet in the very same beginning stitch. And now I'm going to work on this side of the piece, which means 5 rows, 5 single crochet, plus 5 single crochets, plus 5 makes 15 single crochets in all on this side for log number 6. So I will complete it and then see you at the end of it. Here I have completed my log number 6. Just like before, I am not cutting off yarn, but I am proceeding with yarn B1. Once again, look at your piece in front of you, rotate it towards right like this, and keep on working on this side of your piece. So, how many stitches? We have 5 here and 5 here. Here in the middle, we have 10 stitches. So it's 10, 15, 20 single crochets in all on this side. So as usual, we chain 1, make a first single crochet in the very first beginning stitch, and proceed along, spacing out stitches as I proceed and keeping the stitch count as I proceed. Once again, I will see you at the end of log number 7. So, and here I have my log number 7 completed. Now I have cut off yarn and I'm going to proceed with log number 8. So once again, as always, I rotate my piece by 90 degrees like this. This is where I left working in my previous log. So here at the corner where my yarn is hanging, I will attach my yarn, which in this case is once again yarn A. So I insert my hook here, take my yarn A, and I'm going to attach it here just like before. And now you know already. So I attach yarn, chain 1, make a single crochet in the very same stitch. There you go, tag a little. And now I'm going to work on this side of my piece. So once again, I'm going to work 5 single crochets plus 10 single crochets plus 5, which makes again 20 single crochets in all. I will now make 5 rows of 20 single crochets for log number 8, and I'll see you at the end of the log. So this is log number 8 finished. Now once again, we are not going to cut off yarn A, but will keep on working with it. So now we look at our work, we rotate towards right by 90 degrees, and we will be working on this side of our piece. This means we are going to work 5 single crochets plus 5 plus 15, which makes 25 single crochets in all. So I will make 5 rows of 25 single crochets on this side with color A, and I'll see you at the end of it. And this is log number 9 completed. Now we are going to proceed with log number 10 on this side, but we are changing yarn. So I have cut off yarn A, I rotate my work like this towards right. I'm going to attach yarn here on the side, here at the corner. Now I'm taking on yarn number B2 again, which is the one I used here. I attach yarn like this. Chain 1 and single crochet in same stitch. I'm sure you know already how I proceed. Tug a little. I'm going to work on this side again 25 single crochets because it's 5, 15 plus 5. Okay, and I'm going to work 5 rows of 25 single crochets in yarn B2 for log number 10, and I'll see you at the end of it. So log number 10 is finished. Now I'm going to proceed on this side by rotating my work towards right. Without cutting off yarn, I am keeping on crocheting with yarn B2 on this side. This is going to be 30 stitches this time because it's 5 plus 5 plus 20 makes 30. So 5 rows of 30 single crochets on this side of your piece with yarn B2, and this is going to be log number 11. So that was log number 11, this one. Now I'm going to rotate my piece once again. I have cut off yarn B2 and I'm going to attach yarn A again here at the corner, and then I'm going to work on this side again 30 single crochets for 5 rows here on this side, and I will see you at the end of it. So that was log number 12. Now we are going to proceed without cutting off yarn with log number 13, which will be done on this side. So we rotate our piece and we will be working on this side 35 single crochets for 5 rows with yarn A to create log 13, and I'll see you at the end of it. And this is log number 13 completed. Now I know I said at the beginning the tile was going to be formed by 13 logs in all, but I was wrong. So I am going to add 2 more tiles. So we are going to proceed on with log number 14 as usual on this side. So we rotate our piece like this. We have cut off yarn A, and here for our last 2 logs, 14 and 15, we are going to attach yarn number B1, this one. We are going to attach it here, chain 1 and single crochet in same stitch, and we are going to work on this side of our piece. It's going to be 35 single crochets for 5 rows in color B1 for log number 14. So here I am again. I have completed both log number 14 with yarn B1 here, 5 rows 35 single crochets. Then, without cutting off yarn, I have rotated my work and proceeded creating another log number 15, our last log, again with color B1. This time I made 40 single crochets, again for 5 rows. And this is our log cabin tile complete. Now you can see that the tile is not fully straight and flat. You can choose to either block each tile when it's completed and then attach it to the other tiles to form the throw, or you can choose to block everything, the whole throw at the end of the project. I have chosen to sew all tiles together to form the throw using the slip stitch joining method, and I joined each tile as soon as it was complete, so I kind of joined as I go. Okay, I will add a link in the description for this method of joining, the slip stitch joining method, which is almost invisible, let's say, completely flat. Let's not forget that this throw, these tiles, is totally reversible. So the tile looks beautiful on both sides. As for the complete design of the throw, I will try and add a picture of the complete throw here right now, so that you can see how, in which order you should join all tiles together in order to create the optical effect, the ombre almost like effect that this throw produces. The fact that I have chosen two complete different shades of yarn creates this geometrical optical effect. We have a side of the tile that is dark and a side of the tile that is done in bright colors, so it's lively and well, colorful. And by playing with tiles and with these two different shades of colors, we can create really beautiful and impressive optical designs on our throw. For my mini knee blanket, I have decided to put together 16 tiles in all, so this is not too big a project. As I said, it is beginner friendly, and you will find the free pattern, the written pattern with mini pictures, with a chart, with log numbers and everything I have explained so far and more in the description below. So I hope you like this project. Let me know how it goes. Thank you for watching, and see you next time with another beautiful project from me. Bye bye.